We're getting a continuation trade here. Target is hit. Next target is 50. Market is in selling pressure. Good morning, Becca, Brad, Larry. Good morning, Marty. Good morning, Steven. Good morning. We have Harmony Zone number 1 and 2 supporting our price action. We have a whole number, which is 100. Um, we need to make sure that, yeah, here we go. They're pushing through it, and the 50 is coming up. Next target is 25. Yeah, they're not liking this price action. You know, here we go. Okay, so what is the market doing right now? Let's take a look at ES. ES put on a gap up, and now they're fading it into a pullback. Hold on a second. Yeah, so we have a target of 54.40, and the market is in the middle of the range, which is an area where the market can try to stabilize right here. So if you're looking for a reversion to the mean, you're pretty much getting it right here. And the market's pushing higher. So here we go. So on the 200 and 100, the market has switched. So we're getting, okay, so what are we getting here? We're getting a retracement. Market is out of sync. Come on, there you go. Pushing, market flips back again. I mean, that's just fast action right there. Speed, range, and behavior. Speed is, ultimately it's kind of more moderate, and if we compare to the kind of price action that we had in past behavior, the range is expanding. The behavior is short right now. We're hitting a whole number 19,000. That's a big one. So a bit of defense going on right now. I mean, we're hitting a resistance right here. The market is out of sync. A big one is if we break anything above 19,075. I mean, that would be a captain set up long on the 200 NT wrinkle, and that is a big deal. That could set the stage for, like, right here, right at this spot is a good spot to short. I mean, they're testing harmony zone number 2 for the first time. Yep. Let's see if we can get a reversal candle. No, they're about to put a captain setup on the 200. That is a big deal. That is a big deal. Look at that. So that's a protection against this higher low and this higher low. So they flushed them and now they're coming back to retest. That could take us all the way back down up to 171 if this holds up with a stop under 19,000. It's a gap protection behavior. Sheila, good morning. Yeah, here we go. Captain setup. Captain setup long. That's a big deal, guys. ES. Is that ES too? We have We have ES captain setup and 200 NT Rinko and NQ that's captain setup. That is a big deal. We're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity, and we are going to get a little bit aggressive with it. I'm going to have to kind of buy in a range and get sized up on this trade. And the target is we're right at it, 100. Yeah, we're working through that trade. I really my stop. It shouldn't be break even, but I'm gonna try to stick around in this trade a little bit and see what I can do. Right? Yeah, see, that's the issue with that kind of trade is just it will pull back right here, and that would kind of kills that. All right, come back up there. Give me a switch trade and give me a shot at a bigger target. Here we go. So that is raising my stop right there, and I should be getting a big push. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Big money, big money, big money. Let's go. I mean, they're trying to, I mean, they're running the stop and they're just, the shorts are trying to fade that thing and they're putting on Should I just take it here? It's a whole number too, but if we break the whole number, we're gonna get 20 in no time. I'm gonna raise it up to the same target, and I'll just have to take it right here. If they bring it down, yeah, they're gonna bring it down, and that's fine. I'll take whatever they're gonna give me. Damn it. It's 340. I mean, we were up a grand on that trade, but okay. So that's a $1,400. We're done for the day. Whoa, hey Adam, what's going on? I see in your text. Okay, got you. So I mean, that's a good trade off that captain setup. It's not only just one captain setup. We got one in the 200 NT Renko, and we had one in ES. I mean, what else do we need out of this? I mean, we just gotta jump in that one and take some risk. One and done. Because even the 50 and the 40 are too fast for the market that we were having. And the 70 will filter a lot of noise, a lot of noise. Now, each value, I mean, yeah, you could go to the 200 and the 100 and you filter more. But I felt like the 70 is, um, when the signals happen on the 70, they tend to stick around a lot longer and work a lot more than the 40s and the 30s and the 20s in an environment that has high rotation and a lot of volatility. Yeah, I mean, I can tell you one thing, man. I mean, I've been trading since forever, and it's whenever the last administration, not the last administration, but the first administration of Trump. I mean, it was like this too. And once you get used to it and you tune into the volatility and how the volatility works and the ranges, it becomes extremely lucrative type of price action. And now it it doesn't come without risk, right? Because we've seen markets, days where the market will blip like 100 points in a second. Yeah, okay, so that's just you play with that, you're playing with a little bit of fire. But for the majority of the time, it's like this. You're seeing it. If it keeps doing this type of behavior, maybe faster a little bit or slower one day, yeah, it's very manageable. So what is the market doing right now? It's market out of sync. I mean, we got our captain set up. We got a pop of one candle, fine. We were looking for a bigger target in the 20s, and the market is fading that. We took our profit, which is good. Now we are looking for an opportunity to get back in, but we need, here we go. What the hell? It's 9 o'clock or something? Yeah. Okay. Look at that. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's a resumption of the buying pressure. So we're gonna start pushing higher now again. right, guys. All right. Okay. See that? That's a nice push right there. That's a nice push. We're hitting the top and the bottom end of the Globex band. Getting a reversal and a retest. Let's see if we get to harmony zone number two, and on a first touch basis with this type of setup, we should be able to catch something. How is everybody doing, by the way, with this move that we just had? Good morning, Sheila. Good morning. Good morning. Here we go. We're getting that push. Can we get it? Can we get it? God damn it. Look at that. I mean, that was the first touch bases. That really worked out. Blair's doing good. Becca's a big money maker today with $8. Okay. Who can beat Becca? Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. All right, so it's a bit of a push. I mean, we got to bounce. I mean, they're almost close to bounce, but the fact that we didn't, that means that the market is going to dip a little bit further down here. Yeah, yeah, they're going to drop it because it's on a first touch base. It's like, well, I mean, here you go. They're punching it back up. I just had to be in it already. You're having some NT issues. I'm nothing on my end, but you're not the only one that's been saying that, Adam. All right, so let's see here what they want to do. The the pullback that we had in NQ, like, okay, so we got the captain set up, we ran it up, came back and retested the middle of the captain setup, which is 50% retracement, and the market just punches up. Then they do it again with that. Yeah, see that? Yeah, I knew it. Like, okay, first touch bases, they needed to kind of reverse. Now they're just smacking people around. Speed, range, and behavior. Speed, I mean, moderate to fast. Range is contracting, and behavior right now is short. So we took on that signal. The longs are not, or excuse me, yeah, the longs are not necessarily done. You have so much support sitting here. You have this wick, second wick, and this captain setup, all of it. So anything from 50 to 70 down to 27, actually. Those are areas in which we should monitor for reversal patterns. I mean, you're getting the 70 NT wrinkle responding. But what we got also is the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side right now. So what do we want to do with this? We want to be patient. Okay. So the market is in sync on the short side. See, I mean, they want to go to the 50s and try to challenge that captain setup. Uh, We'll find out. All right, sounds good, Adam. Manage your risk on those, man. Get paid. Get to a payout. Let's go. 103. So took out the stops from right under it, and they're gonna flip it back to 102 here, 103, then pull it back in again to retest. So let's see if that is the scenario, because sellers are coming back. And so I'm noticing, look at that up here, how they wicked it and they came out within like a few points away, like 5 points away from closing that candle. They're wicking it again, doing the same exact thing that they did here. So that just tells me that there's a lot of sellers that come in. So now that the sellers lost on this one, they're gonna pull it back again here, and we'll see how well they hold on to it. Yep. Okay. So retesting harmony zone number one. The market is in sync on the short side, but we're about to go out of sync here with a push above 112. I mean, and yeah, 112. Here we go. So we did it. And the market is going to retest harmony zone number two potentially. See how well they're going to hold on to that test. Market is out of sync, and they're testing and retesting. I get it. We'll find out here in a minute what they want to do. A little bit of patience is a good thing. Um, I would love for the market to go back to 51, because if they do that, then that's a good retest of the captain setup. Let's take a look at ES. So ES, oh man, oh man. We need to watch this one a little bit closer. But you got captain setup, switch trade on the 50 NT wrinkle. So that is has a stop of Globex right under Globex and another stop under 43. And pullbacks are viable in that one, just based on that formation. Oh, look at that. So they're retested. They're giving us mixed messages here. They're putting that big huge captain setup, and now they're coming back and retesting. They're doing the same thing with ES, but the fact that we had that setup, we got to hold on to Globex and that 43. I mean, they have to, otherwise the whole thing is going to collapse. And we could see that the shorts are coming, right? But retesting the body of the captain set up on the 200 NT Rinko. I mean, there's a bunch of stops sitting under 30, man. They could come in there and just tag everybody under that and then just push back up. We have to see. Like this rotation, things were we had the captain set up in our favor right here. In this rotation, the market is on defense. You got a 200 and a 100 that's out of sync. What is that telling me? That's telling me that, hey, listen, it's a mixed market. They're fighting it off. You have resistance level up there on harmony zone number 1 and 2, 75 by 85 by 100 and 110. Two big zones right there that our market is struggling to fight through. And you see a faster tempo to the market here. So we hit out harmony zone number 2 and a whole number. It's struggling with that 100. yeah, look at that. These first touches on Harmony Zone number two, they're gold. All right. If we get to 77, that will set the stage for a push lower. Because that means that we tested Harmony Zone number two a couple of times. We wicked and trapped a bunch of longs and then reversed. But they have to get to 77 like right now in this candle. If they don't, they don't. We don't play that game, but that's not what I want to see. That is definitely not what I want to see. Okay, come on, baby. Let's go. You could do it. You could do it, Captain Setup. That would be nice. I will load up if that happens. Took one, took two, and I'm gonna cut my exposure and tighten up and trail. And I'm tightening it up. Ah, you bastards. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. But that's fine. Made a little bit of money. Let's see if I can get back in there. I mean, another short is right here. That would be a captain setup. That would be a captain setup. Switch trade short on the 70 NT wrinkle, and I'll be all over that. I don't want to short in here because they could just literally blow the top off of that 110 and just kind of keep running. So I don't want to take that risk. But if they put the switch trade in, then I'll get back in. Market is out of sync again. First touch base is on that 120 on Harmony Zone number two is good, but here we go. So that did not happen, but they still have one more opportunity to really kind of retest, which is right here at 85. So if they do that, then that could put me in a position to get in, but I have to make sure I don't get in there early. Because sometimes they wicket. Here we go. That's good. All right. So let's see. Okay, that's two of them. I need a push right here. I don't need to see that. Why they keep doing this? Let's see. Come on, boys. It's very wiki. Yeah, that's not good. I flatted one, and I need the market to prove itself here. If they do, they do. If they don't, I'll take $250 stop or something and I'll move on. Yeah, see that is it's way up there. That I mean, like, yeah, get the hell out of here. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. That's not what they should be doing. All right, we're taking that stop and try again. That's just very noisy here. So now the market is in sync on the long side. What does that tell me? That's telling me that they're testing we had that big captain setup and we tested it and we should be pushing higher. They put on that captain setup on the 70, gave us 1.5 candle, which was profitable, retested it for a failure of that test, and then just they're running the price back up. Whereas the ultimate target is Globex, which is 225. Yep. That's fine. I mean, as long as they give us clear direction, right? So what is the market doing? Market is in sync on the long side. We tested the 200 into Rinko captain setup with a reversal here. Pullbacks are viable on a swing trade basis. And now the fact that they put on a 70 into Rinko captain setup right here and retested it for a failure, then the whole structure is an area of support. There's a lot of traps that people got trapped in here. I mean, the stop to that is 60. So we'll see how this pullback would work if it works for us on the pullback, looking for a signal. So what we got going on here? All right, so we gotta look for a buy signal if we can, and that for a run up to 70 if we can get an entry, but I don't know if we're gonna get a pullback here. We'll see. 36 stop. Yeah, they're gonna take it. They're gonna run the stops above it, get to the target. Canceling that order. Target is 175. 175. Okay, so they're inching their way toward that target. That's 175, and that's the bottom end of the Globex band. So that was the first resistance. Like, look at that. It came in with the tick to the tick, and now they walked it right back up to that same level. Target is hit. Next target is 200. The Globex band, it's it's the same one for all of them, Becca. But let's just take a look. Take a look. Maybe screenshot this. 100, dark 29, red, distance in ticks. I mean, I could make it in points actually, but that's about it. How is Steven doing? So they're struggling up in that range right here, but I'd rather be long than short. They test harmony zone number two. That could be interesting. I mean, an approach to this would be, let me see here. Okay, 125. And 113. Okay, here we go. So at the beginning of a new the harmony zone number two and the bottom of it, if they get there, I'll play. If they reverse this candle, I'm not gonna go long because we're just running into this bottom end of the Globex band, and that just a struggle for the market. Good morning, G Money. How are you, sir? So 3 weeks here, 3 weeks in a row. So they're gonna drop it. We know we're gonna drop, but there's a bunch of stops sitting under 13. So I need to be careful here a little bit and maybe bounce that first one off a profit, then give that stop run. Yeah, here we go. See, that's that. Let them get to 137 and I'll punch it out. They should give me that money right now. Thank you. See how they listen? They listen. You just have to be forceful. Well, that's even a better move. Oh man, give it back. See, I mean, if the only trades that we make, I mean, I hate to say that because the Harmony trading system has a lot of good signals, but the especially in this environment that we are in right now, the first touch of this zone and the first test, even if the market is gonna continue to go lower, it typically on the 70 NT Rinko, it will give you enough space to where you could run up 10, 15 points and you could go break even and see if it runs up for something bigger. So that first test of Harmony Zone number one, I mean two, um, it's been very rewarding. How's Larry doing? G Money, any trades? Becca, any improvements? Adam, you said you're not trading, getting NT issues. Marty, how's Marty doing? Well, that's good money, Becca. 3 micro, you're up to 50. That's solid. That is solid trading right there. So for Marty, that's fine, man. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Good job. That's okay. G Money, let's keep learning and moving and growing and making it happen. But all I do is win, win, win. Oh, I like that one. That- Man, that was a nice mover. So what would have kept me in the trade? That kept me is a little bit of patience and add at the reversal and then punting one out for a target and going break even and trailing. Next target is 200, 200. Is he? So should be fireworks in a minute. We'll probably want to wait to see what kind of shenanigans we're gonna get into. Now, now see, this is the game here. They come in there and retest it again. Do we jump in on it? I mean, right now it's profitable. Automatically, it's profitable. But I'm trying to avoid doing the second, third, fourth retest, even though sometimes they work. That first one is typically the winner. So that's a stop run into those lows into harmony zone number two. And, they're going to break it back up to 147. That should push it a little bit higher, probably 160. If they end up breaking the 147, they got to. I mean, if they get there, then that's what the scenario is. 146 and a half. Not a lot of momentum in this market. A lot of reversion to the mean type of trading. A lot of shallow stop runs and reversals in favoring the longs. And that tells me that that extreme volatility is, market is taking a rest from that idea. Okay, that is a trap. It was a trap. Okay. So no 160, no follow through, and a reversal. And now you're busting right through harmony zone number two. How are you guys reading this market right now? I mean, yeah, I mean, you're flowing with it, which is good. Read it and flow with it. Your decisions are based on your market read anyway, right? Yeah, 200 now reversed completely. What a tricky ass move here. Testing this, testing back that captain setup. Where's ES in this mess? Let me see here. Yeah, look at that. Came back, retested, now retesting again. Target is 5502 and a half. And next target is, what is that, 50? Yeah, on that break of all of it. With that, they put a switch trade here and they just selling. There's a bunch of stops sitting at 60s and 40s. They could come back and really just tag him and come back up. You got the see right here, those are the stops right there. They took them out and they're trying to fade it back up. You have a bunch of stops sitting in 35s. ES is pushing. Globex is the key for ES. And that support is 52 and a half. They got to hold on to that. I think in this kind of market, I mean, you could trade the 20, we could go back to 20 NT Renko trading because the volatility is off of it and the ranges are not that expanded. I mean, like right here, they took the stops and they're pulling it back. Do we want to fade against that move? I mean, there's money to be made all the way back up to 100, but I'm gonna try to stick to just the trades that are completely in harmony, meaning the market is in sync. Then I get a continuation trade in the direction of that move versus trying to fade the 200 and the 100 because the market is just running the stops. Still can work. It has great potential here, but I rather for it to run up to 100 and then fail, and then I'll go short versus trying to pick it off here. I mean, I see that what they're doing. They ran the stops and then they're gonna reverse it. It's just a preference here for me. Okay, yeah, let me know, G Money. Let me know. Oh, you are? So you're gonna build a new computer? Yeah, good for you. Yeah, I need to do that. I need to get an upgrade on my memory. My memory is good, like 32, but 64 and 121. I mean, what is it, 128? 128 is yeah, well, I like my toys too. I've been buying a lot of scuba diving gear for my trip that's coming up in May. It's coming up in May 24th to Honduras. So I'm certified, I guess you want to call it certified, but I have a scuba diving license from NAUI, and but I haven't dove for some time. So I went and did a refresher course, and I bought new fins, new uh, scuba snorkel, mask. I'm about to buy a BC for diving. It will be fun. Looking forward to it. If I can, I'd like to go they do scuba tours where you could go and feed the sharks. And I think in Rotan you could do that too. So I'm looking that up right now. Well, that's not my plan. I actually they're fairly safe the way they do it. They get a chum bucket with a bunch of fish in it, and the master diver will bring that in first, feed a little bit of the sharks so they can calm down. Then they bring in the divers and they get them around in a circle around that chum bucket. Actually, in a line, and everybody's watching everybody's back. And then the master diver will start feeding the sharks, and the sharks will get closer and closer. And as long as you keep your hands and feet away from uh you know yeah, don't stick your hands out there because they'll think it's a bait. Beside that, you should be fine. Well, there's risk in it, but you know what? It's a lot easier to deal with those sharks than these sharks we're dealing with in the market. Tell you that much. Ask Adam, he'll tell you I like to live on the edge. Yeah, here you go. I had an episode. That's what Adam's talking about. So I like archery and hunting. So I was practicing archery. I've been doing that for years, but one of my arrows failed, broke off, and went through my hand, pretty much. So that happened a couple of years ago. So I have a nice little scar in my hand from that day. It's a reminder. Dick Cheney. Yeah, he outdone himself on that one. At least I shot myself. I didn't shoot my friends. So you guys are safe. Yeah, here you go. That's my thoughts. I'm telling you that the sharks in the markets are a lot more ruthless than the sharks in the sea. But that's archery is so interesting to me because it's in so many ways is it's a performance um sport, and it depends on your calmness in the moment and your technique. And you have to be something I learned about archery, something called the target panic. I didn't know about that one before, but target panic, in which you're so hyper focused on the target and hitting a bullseye that your mechanics of holding the bow and the arrow and the breathing is compromised, and you're chasing the target when all you got to do is fix the mechanics of your release, and how you hold the bow and how you pull and how you release all these mechanics, and then you are a lot more effective in hitting your target. So that analogy really transfers very, very well in the markets because we're so hyper focused on making money. You forget all the components that makes making money possible. You're too hyper focused on the results versus the due process, the good process. And I always remember that because every time I try to focus on the results in my archery um, or hitting that bullseye, I always was all over the place. When I said screw the bullseye, I'm just gonna breathe. I'm gonna hold my bow. I'm gonna do my checklist. I'm gonna, slowly release, pull and release, pull and release, pull and release, and not care about when the release is gonna happen. And boom, arrow goes and it hits. Yeah, it hit. It went through my hand one time, but boy, like even the guys in the archery class is like, "You're back? I thought you're gone forever." You know, because it was traumatic, man. I just went through my hand. I was bleeding all over the place. Everybody, it sounded like a gunshot going in the. Everybody around me took off running, like literally, they took off running. And then they start coming back. I'm bleeding on the ground, and it's like, oh, let's take you to the hospital and all that stuff. And it was, one of those things where it's like you put your finger on the hole in my hand. It's okay. You take your finger, and it's a geyser. You just blood all over the place. And anyway, I mean, I end up saying, no, no, I don't need no ambulance. I'll just deal with it. I covered it up and I went home. And then I went to the clinic and they stitched me up. The doctor, when he looked at me, was like, "Oh, you did a number on yourself. That's a big hole." I was like, "Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is." But I went back. I went back like when I healed. I went back a month later, start shooting again. The guys came up to me, was like, "Man, I thought you're gone." I was like, "If I let this scare me from doing something I'm passionate about, then I'm losing out." I lost twice, almost lost a hand. I have a hole in it, and now I quit the sport. So I lost three times. I saw the doctor next day because I was gonna let it heal on its own, but like people told me yeah, no, you're crazy. That's a big hole. It's not gonna heal properly. You're gonna get infected. But I waited for the next day and I went to that clinic. They did a suture, and that's why they to do secondary closure because it went through the. I mean, I got lucky. I had a good aim on that one, and it went between my thumb and the finger right next to it. So it literally in that hole. So it almost got out of the other side of my hand, but it didn't. So right when it happened, I pulled it off out of my hand, and then the rest is what I dealt with. Yeah, yeah, I got lucky. Man, if it went 2 inches to the left, 2 inches to the right, would have been a different story. Now when I shoot, I always flex my arrows just to see if there's any cracks in them. Um, and I rotate my arrows a lot more. Okay, so this is a thing that could happen here. If they run up to the 50 and a half, that would be six pawn captain setup, and we need to get involved if they do that. 50 and a quarter. Yeah, it's not bad. Life is full of risk. You can't be scared of it. Just sometimes you just have to experience a little bit of pain. Just keep doing things that you're passionate about. So archery is one. Um, what did I do? I like lifting weights. That's a thing I do often. Archery, scuba diving. Here we go. Okay, well, you know what? Another thing I'm passionate about is trading. We better start looking at this market. So market is bleeding into this captain setup here. I mean, that we got problems if we start breaking that whole number. I mean, they problems if they do that. Yeah, they did a bunch of stuff on that uh, in that puncture G money. Yeah, they put a bunch of stuff on it just for infection. They gave me medicine, all that stuff, and then kind of patched me up. I did not lose any functionality in my hand, none whatsoever. That was a good thing. All I lost is a bruised ego and a little bit of practice time. Right. So they put that captain setup, which was really attractive, to be honest with you. But I just was patient wanting to see if there's a push. And I'm glad I didn't. I mean, I did, because now the market is just selling off into that whole number. And now we're running that whole number 19. So that you're taking out this captain setup on the 200, and that will lead you to the 864, which is the cover of uh, the gap cover. And that would be a big deal here. Come on, baby, let's go. Let's see here. And oh, they're pushing. They're pushing. Yeah, we should be. They should be punching back up to the 80. Let's see here. 60, yeah, 60. Yeah, they're running into harmony zone number 2. And here we go again with that first touch business. And we'll go to right here. We'll see. See if we get there, see what happens. Yeah, no luck on that, Phil, huh? Canceling that order. And we are heading toward 875. Yeah, I mean, that's a cover of that gap. Yeah, we're very close actually. 850 will be cover.
I'll walk with me. Well, let's walk with me. Look, stay with me.
All right, so I mean that just keeps moving and moving lower and lower. ES broke that captain sub switch trade. There's a good rotations here. I mean it just couldn't break that top end of that globe expand. And now you're getting a full rotation. It's still stronger than NQ because NQ has pretty much passed that gap down and ES is not there yet, but it will get there if this pressure continues. Somebody asked me a question. Was it Marty, do you shoot traditional or compound? I use compound. I haven't moved into traditional yet. I like both though. I shoot 70-pound Hoyt uh, bow. We're about to hit target. Target is hit. Next target is 800. Man, no mercy here. Yeah, they're getting. I mean, where's another stop run is 700. That's 150 points away from here. If they are so inclined, they can get there. right here, you have 777 into a target 3. That's another stop run that they can take. And try and protect the 800. I mean, if they try to protect it, they'll go all the way to the 53s. Here it comes. No, so did it work out for you? The first touches?
تخيل تبقى قاعد.
Here we go. Here we go. That's nice. Nice move. Back up. They're trying to retest. Here comes Harmony Zone number two. First touch. All right. All right. So that's that. Can we get a rally back up and I'll get involved? See here if I can get involved in that one with a stop above 882. Yeah, it's just starting to move. Maybe this one, they get to 866 and a quarter. If they drop any more, like 40s or something, I'm gonna have to kind of cancel. Not pushing either way. Just gonna cancel this order. Yeah, it's gonna go. First touch. It got there, right? I mean, these first touch bases are solid. All right, guys, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Where's everybody at? Adam, Becca, G, Money, Sheila, Larry, Marty, Steven left. Okay. Where's everybody at? Damn, that was a nice move. Down 150. That's solid. That's good control on risk. Where's Adam, Becca? Oh, Becca left. Okay. Up 821. Take it. Okay, that's good. Red big stops and smaller target. Wrong side a couple times. Okay. Gila. Okay, this is everybody. All right, guys. We will see you bright and early Tuesday morning. It was fun. I mean, I was my equity high really the first couple of trades of the day. Then after that, just kind of lost a little bit, made a little bit. We're about the same as the open. And good day. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.